answer me one thing. Do you want to marry me?
No.
Oh.
I didn't want to get married.
That's just fine.
I wrote this article about a girl who believed in women's liberation. Are you that girl?
Did you know Marlo Thomas wasn't the first choice to play Anne Marie in the groundbreaking series That Girl? And what if we told you that a seemingly innocent blooper on the show reveals a deeper story about its feminist undertones?
Tonight, I'm taking you to my women's liberation meeting.
Impossible. I am going to the hockey game.
That Girl wasn't just another sitcom. It was a cultural phenomenon that redefined the portrayal of women on television. But what really went on behind the scenes?
The sensibility, the sexuality was really hidden. You know, I mean, here we were in the 60s and 70s, the Vietnam War, free love, women not wearing bras, you know, this whole revolution.
How did Marlo Thomas, a Hollywood insider, manage to break through societal barriers and challenge gender norms in the 60s and 70s? Stay tuned as we explore the fascinating history of That Girl, uncover a blooper that was never edited out, and dive into the impact Marlo Thomas had on television and feminism.
None?
None. He would have been the only one there.
Not one showed?
Not one.
Unknown facts about That Girl. One notable fact about That Girl that even die-hard fans of the series might not be aware of is that Marlo Thomas was not the first choice for the lead role. The producers originally wanted actress Tammy Grimes to play Anne Marie. Tammy Grimes, known for her distinctive voice and presence, was a rising star at the time and seemed like a natural fit for the role. However, she turned down the part, choosing instead to pursue other opportunities. This decision opened the door for Marlo Thomas, who was eventually cast as Anne Marie, a role that would define her career and become iconic in television history.
I was friendly with a couple who lived here before. Are you a couple? No, I'm a single.
Marlo Thomas's casting turned out to be a stroke of genius. Her portrayal of Anne Marie, a young aspiring actress living independently in New York City, resonated with audiences across the country.
I was trying to portray, for the first time on television, a young girl who wasn't thinking about getting married. She was thinking about who she could be in the world.
Thomas brought a unique blend of charm, humor, and relatability to the character, making Anne Marie a beloved figure. Not only that, but Marlo Thomas also went on to have a significant influence over the character's portrayal and the series' narrative trajectory. Her input helped shape the show's direction, adding depth and dimension to Anne Marie's character that might not have been there otherwise. Another interesting tidbit about That Girl that may surprise fans is that the show was originally called Miss Independence. This title reflected the series' focus on a young woman navigating life on her own terms, a relatively new concept for television at the time. However, the network thought that title sounded too feminist, fearing it might alienate some viewers. As a result, the title was changed to That Girl, a more neutral and approachable name. This change was indicative of the cultural norms of the time, which were still evolving in terms of gender roles and expectations. Despite the title change, the show managed to incorporate groundbreaking feminist themes, subtly challenging the traditional norms of the era. That Girl broke new ground by presenting a female lead who was not defined by her relationship to a man. Anne Marie was a character with her own ambitions, challenges, and triumphs. While previous shows had focused on women primarily as wives and mothers, That Girl celebrated female independence and ambition. This was a significant departure from the norm, paving the way for future shows centered around strong female characters. While That Girl was set in New York City, it was actually filmed in Hollywood. The exterior shots of New York City were filmed separately and added to the show in post-production. This technique was common in television at the time, but highlights the challenges of producing a show that is set in a specific location but filmed elsewhere. Even so, the New York City location proved integral to the show's spirit, and it couldn't have been set anywhere else. The city was almost a character in its own right, providing a vibrant and dynamic backdrop for Anne Marie's adventures. The theme song for That Girl was another notable aspect of the show.
That girl true. That girl.
Written by Earl Hagen and Sam Dinoff, it became a hit in its own right. Sam Dinoff, one of the series' creators alongside Bill Persky, crafted a catchy tune that captured the essence of the show. Performed by Chet Atkins, the song reached number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart in 1967, a testament to the show's cultural impact. The upbeat and memorable theme song helped cement the show's place in television history. Both the series and Marlo Thomas became unprecedented sensations. In addition to starring in the series, Marlo Thomas also served as a producer, a rare role for a female actress at the time.
And so, in fact, I was already the producer, but I hadn't really considered myself as being the producer day to day.
Her involvement in the production of the show speaks to her commitment to creating a character and a story that would resonate with audiences. By taking on this dual role, Thomas established herself as a trailblazer in the industry, paving the way for future actresses to take on more active roles behind the scenes. Thomas's production debut shattered all prior television portrayals of women by showing an unmarried woman living on her own and working to support herself. The only other show prior to That Girl with a female lead and producer was Lucille Ball's I Love Lucy. While I Love Lucy was groundbreaking in the 1950s for women in the entertainment industry, the elements of the sitcom still played on the domestic home dynamics of the decade. Marlo not only attempted to depict an accurate portrayal of women, but also worked toward hiring women to take on the production roles for her show.
I was never afraid to be on a set. I was never afraid of a camera. There was no magic to it. There was no mystery to it. I knew it was about hard work. I knew it was about telling a story well. I knew that I had to hire the best, strongest people.
Despite the first season of the show having a team of all male producers and writers, Thomas took over the following season of That Girl and willingly searched for female writers to be a part of her staff. She commented that she had actually downplayed her power at the time. So as to not be too threatening, power in a woman in the 60s was seen as intimidating, and I bought into that. I was concerned that I wouldn't attract the best and brightest men in comedy to work for me. Marlo Thomas was a Nepo baby-turned-feminist. Prior to her acclaimed role as her character, Anne-Marie, on the 1966 television show, Marlo was raised in Hollywood by her parents of Lebanese and Italian descent. Her father, Danny Thomas, had been a very successful comedic actor and producer in the entertainment business at the time she was growing up in Los Angeles.
What do you think I am, an idiot? Don't you answer that.
Marlo's book, Growing Up Laughing, published in 2010, discusses her childhood with her father's career and being constantly surrounded by the big entertainment figures from comedy TV sitcoms in her household. Thomas's childhood was certainly an influence for her future career, as her comedic roots in television motivated her to enter into the business as an actress on a sitcom. Thomas faced much controversy from the public and the press regarding her career and the influence of her father's legacy in the industry. Marlo was criticized by many for her powerful role she had during the production of That Girl, and she was often accused of being a product of nepotism in the industry. Thomas addressed these comments and called nepotism an unnecessary evil and claims to have never originally intended to work for her father. Reactions and criticism from the public on Marlo Thomas's success is only reflective of society's thoughts on women's success at the time. It was thought that the success of her father, a man, had been the only reason for Ms. Thomas's career, rather than her own talent and ideas. Rather than choosing a career path out of nepotism, Marlo Thomas's creation of That Girl had been her own purposeful creation. And behind the scenes of That Girl, Marlo Thomas still utilized all of her power of running her own television series and production company to its fullest potential in order to spread her message and deconstruct American society's gender roles and prejudices towards women. Thomas claims she was born a feminist and was greatly inspired after reading the 1963 best-selling book by Betty Friedan, The Feminine Mystique. She even lent her copy of Friedan's book to Ed Sherrick, who had been the head of ABC programming, in an effort to have his permission to create the pilot of That Girl. As a result, Thomas successfully convinced Sherrick after he read her copy of The Feminine Mystique. Friedan's book was a catalyst for millions of women entering into America's second wave of feminism. The Feminine Mystique's aim was at breaking down the role of women in American society and how they had gotten to their place in the 1960s by examining history from the wartime era in the 1940s and then to the rising domesticity in the 50s. Friedan thoroughly discusses the autonomy of the 1950s era housewife and highlights examples of how this image was being perpetuated throughout American society. In the television commercials, the pretty housewives still beamed over foaming dishpans, and Times cover story on The Suburban Wife, an American phenomenon, protested having too good a time to believe they should be unhappy. The influence that Friedan had on women of the 60s was substantial, and its effect was emphasized even greater once Marlo Thomas became influenced by Friedan's writings and went after changing the image of American women through media with all the resources she had in the entertainment industry. During the time of women's liberation, the feminist movement against bras occurred after a protest at the 1968 Miss America pageant. A symbolic tossing of bras and other feminine items, makeup, household items, etc., took place by hundreds of protesters at the pageant. Marlo supported this cause as a public figure and represented her stance on that girl. She remarked, "God created women to bounce, so be it." And appearing as Anne on television, she stopped wearing a bra in character.
I'm acting like a typical housewife. Just open the door.
That girl explored controversial topics.
Edith and I are closer than blood relatives. We are both females.
That Girl was a groundbreaking show that tackled a range of controversial topics for its time. Premiering in 1966, the series dared to address issues that many other shows avoided.
I mean, your pen is there, and your pad is there, and you probably want to be real close to us so that we can make out this transaction.
Some of the most notable topics it covered include premarital sex and women's rights, which were considered daring and even taboo during that era. The show was not afraid to push boundaries and challenge societal norms.
Get somebody having a baby.
Well, people about to have babies always phone. They never come to the door.
Making it a trailblazer in the realm of television. One of the most controversial episodes of That Girl dealt with birth control, a topic that was rarely discussed openly on television during the 1960s.
Oh, if anybody calls tonight to say they're having a baby, see if you can talk them out of it, okay?
This particular episode sparked a lot of debate and even led to the show's writers receiving death threats. Despite the backlash, the show's willingness to address such contentious issues was ahead of its time. It played a crucial role in cementing the show's place in television history as a series that wasn't afraid to confront real-life issues.
It's Mrs. Fremont. She's announcing the arrival of her baby.
Well, tell her I'm on my way.
Anne Marie's wardrobe in That Girl was another aspect of the series that was considered groundbreaking. The character's fashion sense was a reflection of the changing times and helped to establish Anne Marie as a style icon. Her wardrobe included trendy miniskirts, colorful patterns, and stylish accessories that were emblematic of the 1960s fashion revolution. Anne Marie's fashion choices not only made her a trendsetter, but also showcased the evolving role of women in society, highlighting their growing independence and self-expression. Marlo Thomas, who played Anne Marie, exerted a significant amount of control over the character's wardrobe. She recognized the importance of fashion as a form of personal expression and used it to enhance Anne Marie's character. This influence extended beyond just clothing. It also contributed to the cultural trends of the time. By showcasing contemporary fashion on screen, That Girl became a source of inspiration for viewers who wanted to emulate Anne Marie's style. Throughout its 5-year run, That Girl featured appearances from several actors who would go on to become stars in their own right. The show served as a platform for emerging talent, showcasing their abilities and helping to launch their careers.
Mr. Don Hollinger.
Ted Bessel, who played Anne Marie's boyfriend, Donald Hollinger, would go on to appear on The Mary Tyler Moore Show and star alongside screen legend Bette Davis in the 1973 B-movie Scream, Pretty Peggy. Bessel's charm and chemistry with Marlo Thomas were integral to the show's success, making him a beloved character in the series. Bernie Capel, another guest star, gained fame for his portrayal of Dr. Adam Bricker on The Love Boat from 1977 to 1986.
Don, did you break the index finger on your left hand?
Yeah.
It didn't knit very well.
His role in That Girl was one of his early television appearances, showcasing his comedic timing and talent.
Ooh, what if we put lemon juice on it?
You'd have a very sour baseball.
Meanwhile, George Carlin, who is now considered one of the greatest comedians of all time, also made a guest appearance on the show. Carlin's involvement with That Girl highlighted the show's ability to attract and showcase diverse talent. The presence of these actors speaks to the show's lasting impact on the entertainment industry. That Girl not only provided entertainment, but also served as a launching pad for future stars, contributing to their rise in Hollywood. Its influence extended beyond its storyline, affecting fashion, cultural norms, and the careers of many actors.
I'm gonna let you have this little item for $1.85, and I want you to know I'm losing money. What do you say?
Every character on That Girl had a purpose toward revealing an authentic depiction of the free-spirited, unmarried, working American woman that was Anne Marie. I could see very clearly that I didn't want to be the wife of somebody, or the secretary of somebody, or the daughter of somebody. I wanted to carry the story as opposed to just being an appendage of the story, which is what women were on television, Marlo said on creating Anne's character. The character of Donald Hollinger Anne's boyfriend, is debatably an interesting motif that reflects topics in the 1960s-70s societal gender norms and sexuality. Thomas admittedly explained that Donald's purpose was to act as a foil for Anne Marie's character, and the qualities that Donald's character revealed would most often be Anne's independence and authority over herself from her boyfriend, as well as father, by often neglecting the advice and direction they would give her.
Something I've got to tell you.
Your customers come first.
Okay, but don't go away.
I just got here.
Interpreting their relationship on camera during the 1960s was still a challenge, since most instances of were still very censored and unacceptable to show on television. Most episodes ended with Donald saying goodbye to Anne at the end of the night and leaving her apartment, as to not imply any sexual relations. Although the inclusion of the boyfriend and leading male figures is debatable in terms of feminism, later on leading female series, beginning in the 1970s, such as The Mary Tyler Moore Show, focused more heavily on female friendships with the absence of any long-term male relationships. For the time That Girl was being aired, the presence of Donald's character as Anne's boyfriend was extremely unusual, since the premise of Anne's character was an unmarried and independent woman being portrayed on television. Despite Thomas's control over her own production, social obstacles were still a major source of pressure on her career in the television series. That Girl ended in a groundbreaking way. Despite its popularity with audiences, That Girl was canceled after airing for a relatively brief period of 5 seasons. Although it was a well-loved show during its run, it faced tough competition from other popular shows of the time, such as The Brady Bunch and The Mary Tyler Moore Show.
That's the way they all became the Brady Bunch.
These shows, with their distinctive styles and appeal, attracted a wide range of audiences, creating a challenging environment for That Girl to maintain its top spot in the ratings. The decision to end the show was reportedly made by ABC, which wanted to focus on more male-oriented programming. This decision reflects the prevailing attitudes of the television industry during the late 1960s and early 1970s, a time when male-centric shows dominated the airwaves. Despite its groundbreaking content and strong female lead, That Girl fell victim to the gender biases of the era, highlighting the challenges faced by female-led shows in a male-dominated industry. The cancellation of That Girl underscores the importance of continuing to push for greater diversity and representation in television. While the industry has made significant strides since then, the struggle for equal representation continues, as women and minority groups still fight for their voices to be heard and stories to be told. This ongoing battle serves as a reminder of the progress that has been made and the work that remains to be done in achieving true equality in the entertainment industry. The ending of That Girl was considered particularly groundbreaking for its time. The show's main character, Anne Marie, played by Marlo Thomas, was engaged to her boyfriend, Donald Hollinger, portrayed by actor Ted Bessel, for the entire run of the series. In a bold move, the series chose not to culminate with a wedding, defying the traditional television convention of having the main characters get married in the final episode. In the final episode, which aired on March 22nd, 1971, Anne and Donald are still engaged in planning their wedding. This decision was a departure from the expected narrative arc and challenged the status quo of television storytelling.
I am interested in you.
By choosing not to marry the couple in the finale, That Girl broke away from the typical portrayal of relationships, opting instead for a more nuanced and realistic depiction of modern love. The decision to have the show end with the main character still engaged was Marlo Thomas's idea. In an interview with the Television Academy Foundation, Thomas explained that she wanted to challenge traditional gender roles and show that women could have fulfilling lives without necessarily getting married. Her vision was to portray a character who valued her independence and career as much as her personal life, reflecting the evolving role of women in society at the time. Thomas felt that having Anne and Donald remain engaged was a more realistic portrayal of modern relationships.
Just answer me one thing. Do you want to marry me?
No.
Oh.
I didn't want to get married.
That's just fine.
By not rushing into marriage, the show highlighted the importance of mutual understanding, commitment, and personal growth in a partnership. This choice resonated with audiences, who saw Anne as a relatable and inspirational figure navigating the complexities of love and career. Initially, Marlo's idea for the ending was met with resistance from the show's producers, who were concerned that audiences would be disappointed by the lack of a traditional happy ending. The producers feared that deviating from the expected formula might alienate viewers who were accustomed to conventional romantic conclusions. However, Thomas persisted, standing firm in her belief that the show's ending should reflect the changing dynamics of relationships. Ultimately, the ending proved to be a success. Critics and audiences alike praised it for its realistic portrayal of modern relationships, and it paved the way for other shows to explore similar themes in the years that followed. The groundbreaking conclusion of That Girl remains a testament to Marlo Thomas's vision and determination as an actress and producer, setting a precedent for future television narratives. That Girl turned Marlo Thomas into a star. Marlo Thomas became a household name and a star thanks to her role in That Girl. Her performance as Anne-Marie, a young aspiring actress living in New York City, resonated with viewers and showcased her talent and charisma. Thomas's portrayal of Anne-Marie was not just entertaining, but also empowering, as she embodied a new kind of female character who was independent, ambitious, and unapologetically herself. Her performance earned her a Golden Globe in 1967 and 4 Emmy Award nominations during the show's run. These accolades are a testament to Thomas's talent and the impact of her portrayal of Anne-Marie. The character became an icon for young women, representing a shift in societal attitudes toward women's roles both on and off screen. Born on November 21st, 1937 in Detroit, Michigan, Marlo Thomas came from a show business family. Her father, Danny Thomas, was an actor and comedian, and her mother, Rose Marie Casanidi, was a singer. Growing up in an environment that celebrated the arts, Thomas was exposed to the entertainment industry from a young age, which influenced her career path and aspirations. Marlo grew up in Beverly Hills, California, and attended Marymount High School in Los Angeles. She later graduated from the University of Southern California with a degree in education. Despite her initial academic pursuits, Thomas's passion for acting and the influence of her family's background in entertainment led her to pursue a career in the industry. Thomas started her acting career in the early 1960s with small roles in television shows such as 77 Sunset Strip and Bonanza. These early roles allowed her to hone her craft and gain experience in the industry, setting the stage for her breakthrough role in That Girl. Her dedication and talent were evident, and it was only a matter of time before she landed a role that would catapult her to stardom. In 1965, she landed the lead role in the sitcom That Girl, which ran for 5 seasons. The show's success solidified Thomas's status as a leading actress and a role model for women across the country. That Girl was more than just a television show. It was a cultural phenomenon that challenged societal norms and inspired a generation of young women to pursue their dreams. After That Girl, Thomas continued to act in television and film, appearing in movies like Jenny and Thieves and TV shows like McMillan and Wife and The Love Boat. Her versatility as an actress allowed her to take on diverse roles, showcasing her range and depth as a performer. In addition to acting, Thomas also ventured into producing, where she continued to make an impact in the entertainment industry. She produced several television shows and movies, including the acclaimed children's series Free to Be Right, You and Me, and the Emmy-winning TV movie Nobody's Child. These projects reflected her commitment to creating meaningful and impactful content that resonated with audiences. Through her work as a producer, Thomas continued to challenge societal norms and promote messages of empowerment and equality.
Why men won't play poker with women? Why they won't watch a football game with us? You're afraid we might be better than you. And if you lost to us, you'd lose your masculinity.
Just as she did with That Girl, Marlo Thomas faced some criticism for her involvement in Free to Be, You and Me, a series that she'd not only produced but also starred in. The show aimed to promote gender equality and challenge traditional gender roles, which made it controversial in some circles for its progressive themes. Despite the backlash, Thomas remained steadfast in her mission to use her platform to advocate for social change.
Man always makes all the arrangements for the dates, the time, where you're going.
In addition to her acting and producing career, Thomas has been a dedicated social activist. She has worked as the National Outreach Director for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, founded by her father, and is the National Outreach Director for the hospital's fundraising organization, ALSAC. Her involvement in these roles highlights her commitment to philanthropy and her desire to make a positive impact on the world. Her involvement in various women's and children's charities is well documented, and she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2014 for her philanthropic work. This prestigious honor is a testament to her dedication to making a difference in the lives of others and her tireless efforts to advocate for those in need. Thomas's philanthropic endeavors are a reflection of her values and her commitment to using her influence for good. Marlo Thomas has been married married to talk show host Phil Donahue since 1980, and together, they have been active in various social and political causes. Their partnership extends beyond their personal lives into their professional endeavors, showcasing a shared commitment to making a positive impact on the world. The couple's dedication to social justice and activism has made them influential figures in both the entertainment industry and the broader social landscape. Through her work as an actress, producer, and activist, Marlo Thomas has left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry and society as a whole. Her legacy is one of talent, vision, and determination, inspiring future generations to challenge the status quo and strive for equality and representation. As a trailblazer in her own right, Thomas continues to be a beacon of hope and inspiration for those who seek to make a difference in the world. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.